Welcome back, and now I'm going to use Java in order to demonstrate about inheritance that you already studied. And like last time I will explain, and just briefly explain again, which is inheritance is to reusability of the characteristics, okay, and the behaviors of the supertype, which is a person, inside the subtype, which is a lecturer, and the lecturer, because the lecturer is a person anyway, so it's going to have the same behaviors and characteristics of the person, so you can reuse these things. Okay, you can reuse these things, and you only have to code the special characteristics for the lecturer. Similarly for the students as well. You can reuse the characteristics and behavior of the person, because the student is a person anyway, and you only have to recode the uh, characteristics or behaviors of the students, which is special to students only. And I'm going to use Java to demonstrate about this one. So we're going to create a new Java class next, and this one is the session number 6, which is inheritance. Okay, inheritance. Then for inheritance, we're going to create a new class here. Okay, we're going to create a new class here, right? New Java class, and this one I'm going to code the class person first, and I'm going to describe this person with their special characteristic, which is private, private int ID, private string name. So these are two of their special or common characteristics, and also we're going to describe this one with two behaviors, which is to have the behavior is to public void to be able to eat. Okay, and in order to be able to eat, I'm just gonna say I am eating only. Okay, or the person name is eating. Okay, then just to make it simple, I'm gonna have another method, which is public void to work. Okay, it's just gonna show you this one is, it's just gonna show you which is working. Okay, a message which is working, ID name. Okay, to eat and also to work over there. Now, so we describe the class person with their common characteristics and their common behaviors. Okay, this one is common behaviors. Okay, then we need to create the constructor in order to create a new person. We're going to create a constructor. In order to create a new person, you need to specify the person ID and the person name, and you take ID assigned to ID, name assigned to name. This one is you already learned from class and object sections already. Then you're going to create the getters, setters, in order to access to our private members here. This one is what you already learned inside encapsulation, so I'm just gonna generate it quickly. Okay, this one is getter setter. Okay, this one is the person class with long lines of several lines of code, let's say 30 lines of code. This one is you completed coding the person. Now a lecturer, if you code a lecturer, okay, new, this one is, sorry, this one is new Java class, which is a lecturer. So a lecturer is a person too. So if you would like to describe about this lecturer, you need to describe also about private int ID. It also has an ID because it is a person. It also have a private string name because it's also a person. And besides ID and name, it has a special characteristics, which is its department. Let's say private string department. Okay, private string department, and also it is a person, so it's also have the characteristics like this one, public void eat. Okay, it's a person, so lecturer is also a person, so he can eat too, so it's gonna display I'm eating too. Okay, and lecturer is also a person, so the lecturer is able to work too. Okay, because he's also a person, so it's gonna say I'm working too. And we also need to create a constructor in order to create this lecturer. So we need to code this constructor by inserting ID name h and take ID assigned to this, ID name assigned to this name, and department, sorry, not h, department assigned to this department. And you need to create the getters and setter too. Okay, so this one, so you need to create a getter and setter too. So you'll have many lines of code for this lecturer, and you'll see it's repeated. So the person will have ID and name. This person will have ID and name too. Okay, because lecturer is also a person. The lecturer will input ID and name and then assign to ID and name correspondingly. The constructor input ID and name, assign ID and name correspondingly. Then the getter setter for ID, getter setter for name. In here you also have getter setter for ID, getter setter for name. Okay, then the person is able to eat and work. The lecturer is able to eat and work exactly the same. So in this case, you'll see it is not reusability of the code. Okay, you should do the reusability of your code. So the lecturer is a person as well. So if this one is coded already inside the person, you shouldn't code it anymore. If it's already coded inside the person, you shouldn't code it anymore. If this one is already coded, you shouldn't code it anymore. If getter and setter for ID and name already coded, don't code it anymore, because getter setter for ID and name is coded already here. Don't code it anymore. Then the methods for eat and work is already coded inside the person. Don't code it anymore. Okay, don't code it anymore. This one. So if you don't code them and you still need them because a lecturer is a person, how do you do? Okay, you're gonna say this one. You're going to extend the persons. This one means the lecturer is going to extend the characteristics of the persons. In this case, it's extending by adding one more characteristic, which is department. You can extend by adding special behaviors, means methods too. But in this case, I'm adding special. I'm just putting common characteristics, which is department for the lecturer. And that's why you're going to use extends. So besides ID, name, constructor of the person's getter setup for the ID and the name is a person, you're going to add the characteristics about department. Then you can reuse all the code that you have from persons. Okay, and in order to create a lecturer, you need also the ID and name in order to create a person. Then you add the department, because a lecturer is a person too, so you need to create a person first before creating the lecturer. So inside the constructor of the lecturer, you need to call to the constructor of the person. In this case, which is the person here. In this case, you're going to use a super keyword. Okay, and that super right now is a person. And in order to create a person, you need to pass in the ID and the name. So you're going to use super ID and super name here. So this one is the line to create a person. Okay, so in order to create a lecturer, you need to create a person first by using the keyword super. Then you create its own parts of the things here, the students here. Okay, which the lecturer here, which is the department. Okay, so now you can test it this way. So you can test it person equal P equal to new persons. Okay, and you give the person ID is number 1, and this one is meter A, and this one is you're going to display. You're going to add the person to P dot eat. Okay, P dot work. Okay, and you're going to display a person name. Okay, you can use the P dot get names as well. Okay, P dot get names here, and you can also declare lecturer L equal to new lecturer. Okay, new lecturer. In order to create a lecturer, you're going to create the lecturer with Miss B, and the department is the IT department. Okay, and you can get the name of this lecturer name too. Okay, dot l dot get name. So you don't code the get name class. You don't code the get name method. Sorry, you don't code the get name method inside the lecturer, but you still can get the names of the lecturer. Why? Because you inherited that get name from the person. You extended from the persons. Okay, Okay. Similarly, you don't code the eat and work method for the lecturer, but you can still ask the lecturer to eat and work. Lecturer dot eat and lecturer dot work. It's going to work, and you're going to run this one. So you'll see the person named Meter A. I'm eating. I'm working. The lecturer name is Miss B. I'm eating and I'm working. You see, it's a lot better for code reusability and for legibility of your code here now because it's simpler. Okay, and also for maintenance, because if you would like to change the behavior of eating and working, you just need to change it in one place. Okay, in one place in here. You don't have to change it in many different places, and it's increased the reusability of the code. If you have another subtype, let's say the student, let's say, okay, the student. Similarly, besides ID and name, the student will have the characteristics, which is the I'm going to declare 6 on string the class of the student, and it's a private. And this student is going to extend person, and from here you can just generate the code constructor, and you're going to when you create the constructor of the students, okay, when you create student, you need the ID and name for the person, and then you specify their class of the students, and you call the super class ID and name correspondingly this way. I'm switching the class parameters at the end. You can also generate the getter setter, okay, getter setter, but only for the students, but only for the students. Okay. You can add more functionality, extra or special functionality for students as well. Okay, if you would like to, if you would like to. And right now you can create a new students here. Students equal to new as equal to new students. Okay, this one is 2. You should make it. This one is number 3. This one is meter C. This one, his class is anyone can code Java class. Okay, anyone can code Java class. Okay, you can get the name of the students student name by using s.get name. Okay, you can add the student to eat. You can add the student to work. Okay, you can add the student to work as well. See, so it works the same way. Let me just demonstrate like besides the special characteristic, you can add more. You can add more behaviors or more methods. Let's say students can also do greeting, so you can do public void greet. Okay, greet. So this one is gonna show welcome to anyone can code Java from vtgames.vn vtgame.vn itself. Okay, so this one is extra. Beside adding special or extra, that's why it's called extending. By adding special characteristic, you can also extending by adding special behaviors or methods into the person to create a new subtypes of the person, which is the student, but the student is a person too. Okay, so you can add the student to greet as well. Okay, run. Okay, you'll see from here some special characteristics that I'm going to show you later on as well. But not at this time, because that one is about accessibility. If you have private members here, okay, it is not inherited, which means you cannot access directly to the variable ID from the lecturer class. Let's say if inside this constructor you're going to access to this dot, you will not be able to access to the ID. This is the member. If private, you will not be able to access to it. But this one is belonging to accessibility. I will demonstrate about it later. Okay, so that is almost it, basically, inside Java inheritance. And you have seen the power of it, which is for code reusability. Okay, we'll see later.